Sometimes there come along people in the world known as philosophers who ask the deep questions, the questions that need to be answered, the questions that reach to the root of society's soul and ends up sparking some heated debate. All right. So the other day, I was talking with one of the homies at the gym, and every week I get a cheat meal, one singular cheat meal, and I throw in a dessert with that cheat meal because it's dinner, and dinner time is when you get a dessert, right? So I discovered when I go to Market Basket, the Moolah's in New England, they have a bakery section, and it turns out that they put very little effort into making their cannolis. So what they do is they prepare their cannoli ricotta cheese and they put it in piping bags, seal those bags off, and sell them as is. Which, I mean, if you don't know how to properly make cannolis, that begs the question, what are they actually doing? Now, the geniuses at the top of Demoulas decided that, there's this thing called cannoli chips, where it's just triangular flakes of cannoli crust, and they're gonna sell them right next to each other. These motherfuckers put cannoli dip, cannoli chips, and my nut basically all in line. So I was telling the homie about these cannoli dip, cannoli chips going on my cheat meal. And he says, Patrick, there are very few instances where I've actually seen you this excited about something. There is your 1005 squat, your American Pro Redemption squat, and then slightly below, these motherfucking cannoli chips. And I was like, you got a point there. You got a point there. And then I informed him that the filling of cannolis is cheese, which he did not know. And then it sparked the thread of discussion that led to the current philosophical question of the universe that has been debated ever since in close-knit circles. So it turns out studies show that cheese acts on the brain similarly to opioids. So it is addicting, which makes sense why white people love cheese so much. And I brought this up to my homie, and he says, yeah, but people don't suck for cheese. And I was like, that's where you're wrong, my friend. Everyone has a number in which they will allow themselves to start sucking for cheese. There is a number on cheese in which people will be like, you know what? I'll suck for that. So we developed a ratio. There's no numerical value to this ratio whatsoever, but we discovered that there is a ratio to the amount of pleasure that you get from getting your sucked to eating cheese. This is the suck to cheese ratio. How much cheese will it take you to suck someone else's because you will get as much pleasure getting your own sucked as it will be to consume that amount of cheese? My homie brought up the point. Well, how much of the enjoyment are you getting from this ricotta cheese for the cannoli fillings is coming from the chip itself? Because cannolis are an interesting thing, because just because a cannoli is bigger does not implicitly mean that the cannoli is better, because there becomes a ratio where the crusting becomes outnumbered or improportionately pleasurable to the ricotta cheese inside of the crust. But with these ricotta chips, or not ricotta chips, but the cannoli chips, you can straightforward determine how much cheese to chip ratio, how much cheese to pastry ratio you're getting per cannoli chip. The amount of pleasure you get from that is at a indiscriminable increased level, because you are able to consume a perfect ratio of ricotta cheese to cannoli chip. So it's not like you're getting your dick sucked. It's like you're getting your dick sucked by a porn star, right? There is an amount of ricotta cheese and cannoli chips that will be like getting your dick sucked by a porn star, right? And then the homie brings up, he says, but cannoli crust, the cannoli chip, the material, the pastry that the cannoli shell is made out of is a little bland. It is dry. It is flaky, which complements the ricotta cheese, does it not? He brings up the point. What about instead of using a cannoli chip, you use Oreos? And I said, dear sir, that is a good idea. However, you will not be able to consume as much cannoli chips. You will not be able to consume as much cannoli ricotta filling. You will not be able to consume at a increased rate dairy into your internal system if you go about using Oreos instead of cannoli chips. Though Oreos will be satisfying, they fill you up much quicker than any other chip that you can consider dipping in cannoli filling. So you will not be able to consume as many cannoli chips with the cannoli filling. You will be cutting yourself short in the amount of pleasure that you can get in a single sitting. There is a ratio. So here is a scenario. You can consume, let's say in a single sitting, you can consume 24 cannoli chips with cannoli filling, right? When you bust out the Oreos, that number gets heavily reduced down to maybe 6, maybe 8, much less than 24 cannoli chips with ricotta filling. Because we have the ratio of how much cheese it will require for you to suck a dick to consume ricotta cheese with cannoli chips, there is a ratio to how many cannoli chips it will take to out-satisfy yourself 2 Oreo cookies with ricotta cheese, due to the satiation factor and the pleasure, the amount of pleasure that you get when you consume ricotta cheese with said dipping instrument known as either Oreos or cannoli chips, that you will experience an equal or lesser amount of pleasure as getting your dick sucked. So, the number of Oreos with ricotta cheese that it will take for you to consume to imply that you will suck a dick for this much ricotta cheese with Oreos is at a reduced rate to the cannoli chips with the ricotta cheese compared to getting your dick sucked. Right? So we're having this heated debate. There's a pregnant lady in the gym. There's a couple other people chiming in. Yeah, but cheese, this cheese. Out of the blue, some guy in the corner of the gym goes, y'all have any idea how expensive a roll of Parmesan cheese is? No, sir. We did not know how expensive a roll of Parmesan cheese is. Parmesan cheese is a delicious cheese, yes. Very important point. Dear sir, how does it compare to the cannoli filling ricotta cheese with the cannoli chips? There's the ratio to how much cheese it takes for you to suck a dick. But we did not realize that we were also talking about a singular specific kind of cheese. You will suck dick for more cheddar than ricotta, correct? You will suck dick for more Parmesan to sprinkle on your motherfucking spaghetti than you will get that cannoli filling, correct? So, if someone slams an entire 50-pound wheel of Parmesan cheese on the table and say, I will give you this roll of cheese if you will suck my dick, will you not take him up on that offer? Parmesan cheese is expensive, yes. It will cost hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get that Parmesan cheese. Someone chimes in, they're like, you know cheese is not illegal, right? People suck for cocaine because cocaine is illegal and it's hard to get a hold of. And I said, my dear sir, I saw Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island. Dear sir, I saw the many types of illegal foods in the airport in which Shaggy and Scooby consumed and then got fired for consuming the illegal cheeses and meats that people imported from Europe, from all over, unpasteurized meats, unpasteurized cheeses. We are in America. We do not know what an unpasteurized cheese tastes like. We are being robbed of the pleasure it comes from getting unpasteurized cheese. Do you not think that we will suck dick for unpasteurized cheese just because it's illegal. It is illegal. So unpasteurized cheese is on par with cocaine. It is on par with opioids. There is a level of suckage that we will agree to consume illegal amounts of illegal cheese. This is the ultimate debate. How much cheese will it take you to suck a dick? How much cheese will it take you to slob on that knob? Now, a lot of people, they'll go, yeah, but cheese costs money. I can buy things with cheese. $20 is $20. My dear sir, that is a low number for you to suck. You are not questioning your manhood enough to suck a dick for $20. That may imply that you are ultra secure in your manhood. You may be implicitly more manly for sucking for a lower amount of money than someone who will only suck for an exorbitant amount of money, my dear sir. But that is not the question. For an average person, how much money will it take for them to suck a dick? Everyone has a number in their head. Everyone says, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. You give me $3 million, $5 million, I'll suck your dick, dear sir. No, no, no. Man whips his dick out next to $10,000, you are considering it. How much money will it take you to suck? That's an easier question because it is an actual thing that can happen. How many people whip out an unpasteurized roll of cheese and say, motherfucker, you suck my dick and I'll give you this cheese. I will give you all the cheese you desire. The amount of cheese it will take for you to suck my dick, I will provide to you if you will suck my dick. That is something you have to consider because there are multiple kinds of cheeses. There's cheddar, there's mozzarella, there's Parmesan, there's Asiago, there's a lot more cheeses that I don't know because I'm uncultured. There's brie. The amount of pleasure you get from crackers with said cheese also changes the amount of pleasure that you get out of cheese. So, how much cheese would it take you to suck a dick? Not a money amount. No. No, money is easy because everyone has an agreed upon level as to what the value of money is. The experiences that you have had with getting your dick sucked or sucking other people's dicks. Because, $20 is $20. That's a little... How much cheese would it take you to suck dick? Now, I posed this question at the gym. And then some females started chiming in, right? This was a 30-minute conversation going on about how much cheese would it take to suck a dick. Points, good points, logical points were being shared throughout the gym. How much cheese would it take for a grown, straight male to suck a dick? Females chimed in. Well, sucking dick isn't that hard. We all turned. We go, motherfucker, you have a vagina. You have a duty to suck dick. It is part of your pleasure ritual. Foreplay includes dick sucking. We will suck your soul out of your clit, but most females will not lay a tongue on a clitoris. However, studies have shown there is no such thing as a completely straight female. Females and males both stare at boobs. Men just get caught more often because it's more noticeable when a man stares at your boobs than when a female does, right? So a female may not have an equivalent. There's no such thing as a completely straight female. How many females do you know who have kissed another female? How many males do you know that are straight that have kissed another male? The number is disproportionately large in the favor of females. Females are more likely to not be completely straight, right? So they do not know the struggle of how much cheese it will take for someone to suck a dick. They will not know the struggle of getting a unpasteurized wheel of cheese getting slapped on the table and a dick slapped down next to it. Consider its size. Do you have to finish? Do they have to finish? I don't know. We're just talking about sucking dick and cheese. It's not fair that females cannot participate in this debate because us as men have a strict pride associated with the lack of dicks that we've sucked. I have never sucked a dick. I will never suck a dick. So the moral of the story is, before someone slaps their dick on a table with 10,000 cash, maybe a roll of Parmesan cheese, maybe a lifetime supply of ricotta cheese in exchange for nay a single session of sucking a dick, you have to premeditate how much you are willing to sacrifice to put your pride on the table and suck that dick. Will you suck it for cheddar? Will you suck it for brie? There's the question. There lies the question. This philosophical debate that occurred within our gym, within the stratosphere of a powerlifting gym, with one new person in the gym who probably will never come back because we had this conversation. No hard loss. This is an important debate that we had. How much cheese will it take for you to suck a dick?